Hello and welcome to VOA's Red Carpet. My name is Jackson Vunganyi. Thank you so much for joining us today. On this episode of Red Carpet, we look back at some of the most memorable and impactful moments from 2021. Let's go. And we begin the show with a look at some of your favorite celebrity couples of 2021. Let's take a look back at who got engaged, who got married, and who split in this wrap-up by Reuters.
At the start of the year, it was announced that actor Zoe Kravitz had filed for divorce from her husband of 18 months, Carl Glusman. In February, star Kim Kardashian filed papers to divorce her rapper husband, Kanye West, or Ye, after almost 7 years of marriage. The filing followed months of rumors that the relationship between the two celebrities was on the rocks. The reality star married West in May 2014 and have 4 children together. Meanwhile, Kim's sister Kourtney Kardashian and Blink-182 drummer Travis Barker announced their engagement this year. The couple had been friends for a long time before becoming a couple and blending their families together. In May, Ariana Grande married her real estate agent boyfriend Dalton Gomez at her home in Montecito, California. Grande and Gomez started dating in January 2020 and announced their engagement that December. The Voice judges and singers Blake Shelton and Gwen Stefani tied the knot in July, with Stefani confirming the news on Instagram, writing, "Dreams do come true." Actress, writer, and producer Issa Rae married her longtime partner, Louis Diam, in a private ceremony in France. Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck were pictured exchanging passionate kisses in June, apparently confirming rumors that they had rekindled a romance that dominated celebrity media 17 years ago. Bennifer, as the pair have been dubbed, delighted fans when they appeared together at the Venice Film Festival in September, finally confirming the reunion. In a year of great success for pop star Britney Spears, who in November was removed from her 13-year conservatorship, she announced her engagement to longtime boyfriend Sam Asghari.
And now to some music. The year 2021 proved to be a great year for African music, with several artists making history. We spoke with Nigerian record executive Audu Maikori about the accomplishments of African musicians. In the wake of the COVID-19 pandemic, which shut the world down and isolated everyone, African music continued to make waves worldwide. While household names like Wizkid and Burna Boy strengthened their positions on the charts, newcomers such as Tems and CK made a grand entrance. Audu Maikori, founder of Chocolate City Entertainment, spoke to Red Carpet about how African music dominated the world stage in 2021.
Just looking at the huge impact of African music, I think we've reached, this year has been probably the biggest year in the history of African music on a global scale. We had some breakout hits, many breakout hits actually. We saw the continuous rise of Wizkid, sold out shows, sold out concerts around the world, literally a proper world tour. Did probably 10, 11 states in the US, and then did Canada, did a couple of states. Went to London and did a back-to-back 3 days at the O2, sold out consecutively. That is huge. And went on to put out the biggest song literally in the US, the Essence song, and introduced the world to Tems. And Tems has always been like an amazing vocalist, but she just didn't have the platform, so to speak. And Essence, more than any other song, positioned her in a way that people were like, who the hell is this?
Last year, the South African genre Amapiano took over the airwaves and has since dominated dance floors around the world. Maikori, whose record label discovered global sensation CK, says African music is taking over as a global sound.
We saw the rise of Amapiano music, which has become a huge movement. We saw CK, our own very CK, with a song that was released almost over a year ago, and it just found new life by TikTok, by just a strange set of circumstances, and became one of the most Shazam songs of 2021. Biggest breakout world song on artist on all the platforms, Spotify, on Apple, on and even on Amazon as well. So I think what we've seen is that the world has actually begun to feel the presence of African music, not as a world music sound anymore, but as a proper global sound.
In the aftermath of the Astroworld tragedy, there has been some uncertainty regarding safety at concerts since the resumption of live shows and events after the pandemic lockdowns. We talked to ADH, a Senegalese musician known for his dynamic live performances, about the future of live music post-COVID. ADH, a lyricist who combines elements of Afrobeat and hip-hop to create his signature sound that he calls Afro-hop, has had live performances affected by the pandemic. And while some musicians and promoters have been eager to get back to business, ADH says it is important not to rush into things too quickly.
I feel like Astroworld is a perfect case of we've been locked up for too long and there's something to do and like we out. There's no true thought behind it. Obviously, money makers are hungry. They see a lot of opportunity to make some big bank after such a long time. We talk about, being able to provide jobs for other people, having events like this. So it's like a big, it's a big deal, and sometimes it could be rushed. And when you have like 50,000 people, it's like, how well was this planned after 2 years off, given everything kind of going on, given the audience itself? Is this a good idea at the moment? Do we have everything locked down to a T?
10 people were killed and hundreds injured when a crowd surge occurred during Travis Scott's headline set. More than 100 lawsuits have been filed by victims of the event, and the criminal investigation is still underway. ADH believes the tragedy will have an impact on future live events for quite some time.
There's probably going to be a lot more structure, like unnecessary checkpoints for certain things, and it's going to be extra. But if it's never happened at one of your events, I don't really see you doing anything out of the ordinary routine as far as like your crowd setup. Like these heavy metal bands, like what you're getting into. Apart from like the promoters and the people organizing these things, you got to know who you're going to watch. You know what I'm saying? Like if you know the style of music you're going to watch creates a certain energy, raging, for example, like you got to know what you're getting yourself into. So you kind of got to be prepared for that. What I don't necessarily agree with is like, I know there were a lot of kids at this Travis Scott thing, and unfortunately there was a 9-year-old, God bless his soul, God bless his family, all the families.
ADH is currently working on his next album and planning his next live shows that he hopes will deliver inspiring messages of unity and self-love.
Like we never had this. Something I cool, something process. Man, like we wanna run from. Trust in the fame of the artist. Hey, big thing to go through. Real ones around and sing it that now. You don't want things that I want to do. People think that it is so cool. Like a bedroom of respect. Never quit until the street never forget. We don't want to always rise when I'm around. Man, like we never had this. One of the and I got no way to find out.
death of fashion designer Virgil Abloh in November was felt throughout the world. Nigerian fashion designer Bubu Ogisi shared a special tribute to the late designer in this story from AFP. US fashion designer and the artistic director of Louis Vuitton's menswear collection, Virgil Abloh, died at 41 after battling cancer for several years. Abloh, the first Black American creative director of a top French fashion house, brought streetwear such as hoodies and sneakers to the catwalk. Nigerian fashion designer Bubu Ogisi credits Virgil for having left behind a huge legacy and inspiring designers throughout Africa and the diaspora.
He left behind a huge legacy. Every step or every decision he made, I guess, was truly inspiring. Even to those who don't really appreciate or really care for Virgil Abloh, would still have to say he is still inspiring in terms of getting to a place where only a few of us as African designers can dream of.
Abloh addressed both environmental and social issues in his work with Louis Vuitton. Before his death, he announced plans to use his partnership with LVMH to expand opportunities for diverse individuals and foster greater equity and inclusion in the fashion industry.
Because a lot of diaspora Africans sort of taken away and really taken away also from their culture, even if they don't live in that certain culture for a number of times. And I guess fashion is the mode in which he used to sort of pay tribute, because I guess the human body is the ultimate canvas, and essentially showing people and telling people with his last collection that this is my work, this is what I'm here for, but I'm never going to forget where I'm from.
Supermodel Naomi Campbell supported African fashion when she walked the runway for Arise Fashion Week at the Nigerian National Day exhibit at Expo 2020 in Dubai. The AP has this story.
African designers showcased their talent and latest designs at Arise Fashion Week, held at Dubai's Armani Hotel and against the backdrop of the Burj Khalifa, the world's tallest building. Originally scheduled for October 2020, it was postponed due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Supermodel Naomi Campbell took part in the show, set against the celebrations of Nigerian National Day.
Arise Dubai Fashion Week for me means, it's the platform for supporting the young designers. Why I'm here is to support the young designers from the African continent. Nigerians from the African continent. This also coincides with the World Expo. So as well as celebrating Arise Fashion Week with the young new designers and the ones that have been established and are out there doing well in the world, we are also supporting Nigerian pavilion at the World Expo.
The supermodel expressed satisfaction with the event and called it an ideal destination for young African designers.
I think it gives young and new designers hope and lets them see there's a place to go, where there's a platform where they can start and achieve their goals and execute their passions. So I feel like this is a great hub for young designers from the continent and outside of the continent that can come and be part of this show year after year.
Organizer Nduka Ubagbena, head of Arise Media Group, says the event aims to show the world that Africa is ready.
We want to tell the world that the time for Africa has come. And we're in New York, we're in Paris, we're in London, now we're in Dubai. And the World Expo is a good time to be here.
After the show, musician Akon entertained the audience with a medley of hits to close out a day full of celebrations.
And with that, we come to the end of our show today. I want to thank you for hanging out with me. My name is Jackson Vunganyi. For more entertainment news, remember to check us out on voanews.com. We are also on all social media platforms, on Facebook, on Instagram, and on YouTube, where you can watch our videos. Until next time, I want to wish you a happy new year. Goodbye, everyone.